Is it ready? Okay. Hi Mike, this is a week before your show, and I just wanted to give you a heads up on how we're going to load, how you're going to be loading this these wheels. In those boxes, you're going to find a spar like this that has a bunch of stuff hooked onto it, and then in one of the boxes, you're going to find a number of units like this. This is the axle for your wheels, and the way you mount them is at one end you have a lock nut, and at the other end you have a wing nut. You take the lock nut off and take the long part of the nipple and slide it over the threaded rod. You put the lock nut back on and tighten it up, hand tight only. You want to have the thing to be able to continue to spin quite freely. You should only have possibly a 32nd of an inch play on there, but if you have a little bit more, that'll be fine. But you don't want to have it bound up so much that it won't turn. The pole that you're going to be using are probably 2x4s. If you want to have the same height, or if you want to have them go up and down, that's up to you. If you're going to have them at different heights, I'm recommending that you'd have 8 foot to 12 foot, and just so that you have enough difference so that it actually is worthwhile. And you can attach it to the railing that goes along the front of ramp 3. Just take some wire and wire it on. The hole that you need for the axle, I like to use I think it's a 19/32, just over 5/16. Doesn't have to be 3/8, but you want it. The threaded rod is 5/16, but you want a little bit of play so that it doesn't swell when you cut it. But drill it where you want it. Make sure it's horizontal, and then it's simply a matter of taking the wing nut off, using the washers that are there. Make sure the washers are used. It's very important. And then simply attach it. Now it's very important that the wing nut be attached in solid, but once it is, then your wheel is simply going to spin around without any problems at all. It's not going to bind, it's not going to touch the pole. It's going to go just fine. Once you have it attached to the pole, you're going to find that at the bottom that it's going to naturally find its bottom. They're all not perfectly balanced, so at the bottom you're going to find a bit of a lead, and that's where you install the electric match. Now it's important that you install the electric match and then tie it off probably to the pole, or to the bottom of the stand, because you want to make sure that wire isn't going to go up and get wound around the axle. So tie it off onto the pole or onto the railing that the pole is tied to. Do not tie the electric match to the wheel. Otherwise it'll go around a couple or 3 times and then stop still. So you just want to treat it almost like an ascension wheel, like a UFO, where you just have that installed just enough so that it'll stay, but not so much that it's going to bind when the thing starts to turn. Other than that, that's pretty much it. I would suggest, if you are thinking about it and still have the energy, that you try to recover these arms. I'm developing a system, and have developed a system, where if you were to take these arms back and at some future date you wanted to use these arms again, I can send you down reloads for the product, and they don't have to have the arms. It's going to come down in a simple box that'll be easy to ship without going to any great elaborate length, and you can just reuse them again and again and again. So if you have any questions, don't hesitate to give me a shout, but if you follow these simple rules, I think you should have a good time, and I really hope you do well at the show. Thanks, Mike. Have a good one.